Well, good morning to you. I'm sitting down with my puppy dogs, Pepper. She's getting so much bigger. And then there's Luna, of course. Gunfire has pretty much diminished. I wasn't here last weekend, so I didn't do any videos. I was up north visiting some friends and my daughter up in Dallas. And it went really well. But since I was on the road, I didn't do a video. I could have. I should have, but I didn't. Oh well. However, on the road, uh, excuse me. Oh, and the other thing is, I've been taking them for WALKs, and it's worked out pretty good. Luna walks, and then Pepper kind of runs around Luna, like a Mutt and Jeff little scenario. And but we were out, and there was a gunshot, and hunting is still going on. It's supposed to go on this weekend, next weekend, and then it ends next weekend. So, anyways, Linda didn't like the gunshot, so she turned around, and I tried to convince her that it was one off, and she wouldn't have anything to do with it. She just turned around and came back home. So, excuse me. So the long and the short of it is, we have very, very short walk. So, AI. We're going to talk about AI today because there's been some interesting developments in AI, and one of them is uh, there's been additional features on ChatGPT. One of them is image, and the other one is voice, both of which have greatly enhanced my desire to interact with ChatGPT. First, I want to have a little bit of coffee here. get my brain cells rocking and rolling. It's good, good. So my when I was up there in it was maybe Plano. It was close to Plano. It was North Dallas. It probably might have been Plano. My daughter and her fella Jared came with me, and we went to the Alamo Draft House, where we sit down to talk. And when we were talking, the I had a beer, and the beer was uh, well, I wanted to have a beer. My favorite beer is the 512 Porter. Now, the 512 Porter is a local beer, so often places like the Alamo Draft House, which is a local theater chain, will have the 512 available. So looked, and it was not on the menu. This is where the AI came in. I took a picture of the menu and told the I usually order a 512 porter, but they don't have one. Can you look at this menu and see if there's something I might enjoy that's a similar style of brew? And it looked, and it didn't do the typical wishy-washy response that I expected. Like, well, this one does this, and this has a hint of this, and this. It didn't do that. It came back and said, "You like 512? This beer is what you should try." I mean, it's said a little bit more verbosely than that, but it's the same idea. Whoa! Pepper almost knocked my phone over. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, pepper. Pepper is something else. All right. So I got my 512. Anyways, so I ordered it and it was good. Now it had said that there's a little hint of chocolate in it, but this is only a light hint. And it was exactly as they described. It was really good, and I did enjoy the beer quite a bit. I'm like, oh my God, I can maybe enjoy things that I can't keep up with. I'll give you an example. I can't, I don't do wine. And the reason I don't do wine is because wine has so many different names and brands. Go out a little bit. Luna, go further out. Go further that way, and I will throw it to you. Luna, get out. No, go that way. I'm going to go throw it. I'm trying to get you a head start ahead of Pepper. Okay, here we go. Ready? Go get it. Uh-oh. She heard a gunshot. I guess there was more than one gunshot today. All right. Poor Pep. Poor Luna. Pepper doesn't seem to care. She hasn't been trained to be scared by that kind of stuff. So, where was I? I was, oh, wine. So, wine is a thing that has so many names, and even though you may, oh, I had that Merlot and I liked it. You go and order another Merlot, and it tastes totally differently than the last Merlot you had. Oh, because it's a Merlot Blanc Ambiance. What? Well, the Ambiance doesn't have is much more bitter than the Chalice Merlot that you had. Well, but so what yeah. Every time you go somewhere, it's a different name, different brands, and it's so complicated. And get, I could learn it, but the problem is I so rarely have wine that it would be really hard for me to figure that out and to keep it in my brain every time I go somewhere. Every time I go somewhere, it's a different name, different. Oh, but now maybe I can. And I don't have to type in all the names of the wines on the wine list. I can just take a picture and say, I typically like this. Can you give me something like that? Or something I might enjoy that's like that? And the AI can help me out. Um, there was one other vision one I did. I saw a bunch of great examples of the vision. People have been taking pictures. One guy had it helping with fixing his car. Another person helped him uh, adjust his seat on his bicycle. Um, there was a person that took a picture of a diagram and it helped him design a little bit of his software. And there was there's been a lot of different things that the image has helped out with. So the other thing was voice. Voice has been very interesting. And here's the thing is when you write to the AI, because all it's doing in the voice is listening to you and generating text from your speech, and then it responds to you. Oh, and it's really good at the responses. So, two things with the responses that were really nice. One, it reiterates, echoes back a little bit about what you said to it. So you can tell it actually listened to what you said. That's really nice. That's actually something, you try and teach your kids when you're growing up. Do a little echo back of a certain person so they know they've been heard. Otherwise, you start to get a little bit of a feeling of being isolated, not just you, but the person you're talking to. Um, the other thing was that when I talked to it, I was moving and the sound got cut off a little bit. And when the sound got cut off, it created it's so funny. Pepper's like running like crazy. She got the zoomies this morning. Um, but when it cut off, it would come back and say, I think we got cut off. The last thing I heard was, but or it didn't say last thing I heard, but it sounded like you were saying this. So it realized when the conversation ended abruptly. And I think we had connectivity issues, and I think I was talking to it with these earbuds, and I think they clicked off for some reason. I don't know if it was whatever it was, but it felt like I was talking to a person, a very sweet, responsive person. And they asked interesting questions. They talked about some different things, and overall it was very pleasant. There's a movie called Her that I mentioned earlier, and I know there's a lot of people that are scared of AI. I'm really hopeful that AI will help us become better, healthier mentally, maybe physically, but definitely mentally by encouraging us and making us feel heard and responding to us. It was such a pleasant feeling, those two interactions with ChatGPT. I really personally feel encouraged by that interaction and amazed. So I want to hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you have some amazing, wonderful things going on in your life. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about my other passion, which is the image generation. It's been also very interesting, and I'll talk to you later.